I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they feared for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Ex, my brother.
No, don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
Earl Spence is a nut.
Yeah, you don't like Earl. Why don't you like Earl? Why is he a nut? And why don't you like him?
See, first of all, he's not a great fighter. Decent fighter, but not a great fighter. I mean, let me say something. Al Haley's not that smart. When he won the title from Cal Brooks, Al Haley should have had his first title fight to the in Texas. Because you go home to the Texas man, Jerry Jones will put his arms around him. But then you chose to fight in New York, and with an old guy like Lamont Pierce, he must be 100 years old. He must be 100. And you can't now. If you can't knock out a lightweight, let me tell you something. Now, really, Mikey Garcia, really, he's a 26-pounder.
Yeah, but that was a money fight, man.
But you should have knocked him out. He couldn't knock him out. You think Errol Spence is a great fighter?
I think Errol Spence is top 3 pound for pound. I think Usyk, Crawford, he's top 5 because he's not as active as he should be. Usyk, Crawford, Spence, Inoue, and Usyk, those 4. And I don't know who's number 5 for me, but I have those as my top 4 pound for pound fighters. I think Errol Spence is the truth. I really do. I don't see what you see, but I'm all ears.
But let me say this to you. People talk about Errol Spence. So a guy had me the other day on the train, told me to champ, Errol Spence would have beat Tommy Hearns. I told him, man,
Tommy Hearns will be the favorite against Errol Spence for sure. The reach alone, the reach and the height. You know, he's 6 feet.
And Roberto would have killed him.
Well, no. Roberto wasn't a great fighter at 47 as he was at 35. Man, you know that. Cut it out. You know that. You knew he was a fat welterweight. Stop it. I understand Spence would have more of a chance against Manos than he would against Hearn.
if he moved up to 54 or 60, do you think he would have beat Iran Barkley?
Iran Barkley was the fifth wheel. You know what I mean? Iran Barkley, Alexis Aguayo, Aaron Pryor, put anyone there as the fifth, as you call it, kings. You know, any one of them could have been the fifth one. So those are all great fights, man. Those are all great fights. I remember that Chavez fight. Wasn't that a great fight? Chavez fight.
Chavez and who?
Iran the Blade Barkley, right?
Chavez never fought.
No. I'm thinking of no. I'm thinking of down there in Puerto Rico. Didn't he fight in Puerto Rico? Who was that?
What are you talking about? Hester Camacho?
No, he didn't fight him. But there's an Iran the Blade Barkley fight that it sticks out. Let me Google this shit. Because why? But I want to answer your question. He fought a Mexican, and that shit was just, I remember it like the back of my hand, but I'm drawing a blank on the fight. Iran the Blade Barkley. Let's see. Who was that fight? Before I answer your question. Oh, while I answer your question.
He lost the title to Roberto Duran.
It was Roberto Duran. Yeah, it was Roberto. Well, let's see.
And that was in Atlantic City.
Let's see which fight it was. It was a fight that I remember. I can't think of the opponent, but I know it was a tough fight. And but I can't. He retired as a heavyweight. I just realized that. Yeah. It was Roberto Duran. That's what it was. That's the fight I remember. That's the fight I remember. It was Roberto Duran. I remember that being a tough fight, a thick fight. I remember it like the back. I remember it was Roberto Duran. But I think all those guys, you mix those up. I think Terrence Crawford could fight in that era. I think Errol Spence could fight in that era. No one beats a 2-wide, coke-free Sugar Ray Leonard. I don't even think Floyd beats him. Marvin Hagler comes in second, and then everyone else just fills in, honestly. Tommy Hearns might lose I know he beat him. I know he knocked him out, but I think all those guys, you fill in the rest, you know. But I think you got Leonard, and then you got Hagler, and then everyone else.
Let me ask you something. Would Errol Spence beat Donald Curry?
Oh, I like that fight. Oh, would Errol Spence beat Donald Curry? I think Donald Curry was more natural. Errol Spence is more textbook. I'm talking about the Afro Donald Curry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The one I saw on the
Jerry Curl.
Yeah, Jerry Curl, the one I saw on the Wide World of Sports when I was a kid. Ooh, that's a good fight. That's a great question, man. That's a great question. I would say Earl, because Donald Curry would weaken in the championship rounds. I don't think Earl would weaken in the championship rounds.
Well,
but I do think Donald Curry is more natural than Errol Spence, but Earl is way more technical. So yeah, I say Errol Spence by split decision.
Oh no, man.
Donald Curry was a natural. Yeah, he was a natural though, man.
What about Errol Spence at 54 and Mike McCallum?
Oh, come on, man. Nah, man. Nah, Mike McCallum was different, dog. Mike McCallum was different. Mike McCallum.
The body snatcher.
Yeah, the body snatcher. Yeah. He's different.
Not Donald Curry out.
He's different. I remember. I remember. He's different. Mike McCallum is different. And I want to see Earl at 54, but right now I would have Mike McCallum beating Errol Spence.
What about Duran at 54?
Oh, he'll beat the shit out of Duran at 54.
No.
Duran was, man, see, y'all be living off that nostalgia. Duran was a 35 guy, man. Partying, drinking, eating 3 steaks a night with beer. Man, Donald, by the time he got to 54, he was a talented fighter, but Errol Spence beats him at 54. Manos. He beats Manos at 54.
What you think Errol Spence and Chavez at 47?
I like that fight. I like that fight, but that's an easy fight for it. It would go similar to the Kell Brook fight. Very competitive. But I think talent beats Chavez every 9 times out of 10. More natural ability beats Chavez 9 times out of 10.
Chavez. What about Camacho?
Oh, Camacho. His hand speed would bother Errol Spence. You know why I would take Earl? The composure. Composure would sustain Errol Spence longer. He would have, composure. I would go with Earl. I would go with Earl against Camacho.
What about Chapo Rosario? What about Livingston Bramble?
Livingston Bramble. Oh, man, what a tough guy. What a tough guy. Always in shape.
Errol Spence and Boom Boom Mancini.
He'll beat Boom Boom. But I like the fight, though. I see where you're coming from. He beats Livingston Bramble. He beats him. But it's a great fight. It's a great fight. It's one of them fights that turns Errol Spence into a man. The Livingston Bramble fight. It's one of them fights. It's a tough fight. Earl might get knocked down. Earl eye gonna be swollen, half shut. But it gives him that feeling that he's invincible. Livingston Bramble.
Errol Spence and Aaron Pryor.
And who? And who? I can't hear you. Who? Errol Spence versus who? What was the last one? I like answering these questions. I've never had them before.
Aaron Pryor.
Oh, God. I mean, you got to be special to beat Aaron Pryor, dog. Whew. I would go with Aaron Pryor. I would go with Aaron Pryor. A clean Aaron Pryor? Like prime versus prime, right? Yeah, I would go with Aaron Pryor. I like that fight, though. That fight not going 15 rounds. We going 15 rounds? That fight not going 15. Nah, no chance. Anything else, Mr. Muhammad? Mr. Muhammad? Mr. Muhammad?
I hear you.
Oh, you scared me, dog. Oh, you scared me. Like, did this man just die on the phone? Oh, man. You scared me, dog. Hey. Hey, you know Earl responded to you. Did you know that? Earl responded to you.
Aaron did what?
Errol Spence responded to you.
What did he say?
He showed the picture. Oh, he said you're a Bob Arum something.
Lapdog.
Yeah, lapdog, and he showed you with a picture with one tooth.
Yeah, he man.
Yeah. I can't hear you.
That's right.
Man, you know when you pull away from the phone, it's hard to hear you. Oh man.
Errol Spence is a nigga. Turn on the call.
Errol Spence cleaned up his act though, man. He I will say, because I follow him on social media. I haven't spoken to him in a couple of years, but I follow him on social media. He's more responsible. He's a father.
Who Errol Spence?
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, and he's very responsible. He has a girlfriend or fiance. I don't know what her title is, and he has a farm. He left the city. I heard him say in an interview that, you know, he's moved on. You know, he's matured, and he got his wake up call. You know, I haven't seen him drinking or since he moved, and I until I see other different, I would say that he's a changed man.
You think so?
I mean, it's what I see. I don't go to fights anymore. I don't really like going to fights anymore. I'm not getting on no plane, Mr. Muhammad. Like I'm not getting on these planes chasing these fighters anymore, man. I'm not doing it, you know. But I would say yes. I haven't seen it, and every time I see him on Instagram, he's clear head, you know. And I mean, he doesn't show everything. I don't show everything on my social media, so. But I like what I see.
Yeah.
In comparison to what everyone talks about. You know, we saw the drinking. You know, it's no secret. And ironically, I'm wearing a Malcolm X sweater. Everyone has a Malcolm X moment in their life, you know, where you really got to look God, where you're looking at mirror and you're looking at your mortality and what you're going to be in life. And his is public. You know, he was an alcoholic, and he changed his ways. Shit, you know. So that's what I know of it. And if I ever get a chance to interview him again, I'll talk to him about it. You know, but I'm going to honor what I see. And I see a family man when I see Earl on Instagram and social media.
He tried to call. You see what I had? But you see how I responded, right? Did you, Chris?
Yeah. You're speaking as if like you don't believe it.
But see, I told him, you called me about him, you let go. I said, you see what you want? You said, hope God allow you to stay here a long time. I'm a Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. You got to get to the Hall.
Right. He'll get there. He's a champion. At the very least, he'll be in Texas Hall of Fame. You know, so and he'll be in the Vegas Hall of Fame once he gets that big fight in Vegas. But yeah, you know, it was what it is, man. I want to see Crawford Spence. That's it. That's all I want, man. And Terrence is also a family man. I honor Terrence Crawford as well. I've been hard on Terrence Crawford in the past, and I stand by what I said. I think him going to BLK Prime was a good move. Al Heyman was going to squeeze him, and I believe it was a good move. And now it's on Al Heyman. It's on Al Heyman to make the fight. No one else. If Bob Arum was the problem, Bob Arum is out the way. You know, so.
Well, they say all good things come to an end.
Right.
I just don't like Errol Spence.
Yeah, I know you don't. and sometimes we get blinded by our disdain for a person.
Well, I just don't think. I just don't think that he's a great fighter.
Yeah. I mean, but keep it a buck. I had the same thoughts 7 years ago. I had a conversation with Derek James. True story. I had a conversation with Derek James at the Marriott in Brooklyn. You know, the Marriott where all the PBC fighters stay.
Yeah.
And Derek James, we sat in the lobby for about an hour and a half, and he was breaking it down because I didn't see the hand speed of a Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I mean? I didn't see the footwork of a Sugar Ray Leonard or Muhammad Ali. I didn't see the defense of a Pernell Whitaker. But what I do see is a train that goes 75 miles an hour and gets to its destination every time without incident. And every time you go from New Jersey and you get on that train, you get there, you get to Penn Station without incident. And I think that's Errol Spence. And it's hard to beat a man that's the same fighter in every round. You know, it's hard to beat him at that A level. And I think that's his special talent, that you cannot, no matter what's going on in the fight, I'm going to be the same fighter. And that's what got him through against Sean Porter. You know, he got the knockout late in the 11th round or something like that, 10th round.
No, he got a knockdown.
Knockdown.
Went to decision.
Knockdown, went to decision. But that's what got him over. The fact that Sean Porter couldn't be consistent for 12 rounds. You know, he was trying to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like appear, reappear, you know, change fighting styles. But, you know, you give away points like that. So great fight, though. Great fight. I think Sean Porter and Errol Spence was a hell of a fight. But that's the difference, you know, that next level. And I think Earl
Do you think that Kenny Porter, if he wasn't in the corner, how would his son do?
Better. I've actually, the last conversation I ever had with Kenny Porter was about adding people to his team. And he's a control freak. He's a micromanager and he's a control freak. And
I'm coming.
Who?
Hold on a minute.
Go ahead, Mr. Muhammad. Oh, he said, hold on a minute. Oh, that's what he said. So yeah, I always thought that Sean Porter would be better if he had a skills guy drilling him every day, you know. Similar to Mr. Haney, you know. Mr. Haney has a skilled guy in there every day drilling Devin Haney, you know. And Mr. Haney is always the head trainer, even when he had Floyd Sr., you know. I remember when they switched out in the fight. That was embarrassing, but you know, but at the end of the day, you get the job done. You get the job done. So, but yeah, I genuinely believe that if he had like a skills guy, a Derek James, Kevin Cunningham, obviously Georgie Benton, people like that who drill. He would be, Sean Porter. Oh yeah, Sean Porter would be different, you know, but they are who they are, you know, and so Sean Porter will retire as a B+ fighter. And he's going to make somebody's Hall of Fame one day. I don't know which one, but he's going to be in the Hall of Fame in some state, in some commission, somehow, some way. I think I can see him in the Ohio Hall of Fame. Are you still there, Mr. Muhammad? And I know he put me on hold, so I'm just talking. But yeah, I think he could have been all of that. Nevada, he lives in Nevada now. He's going to have to do a little bit more to get into the Nevada Hall of Fame. Minnesota, I don't think he'll get there, but he could get there as an announcer. Definitely get. He never won the big one. If he would have beat a Keith Thurman in his prime or an Errol Spence, I think he could have got there. His biggest win is Danny Garcia. Maybe the left-hander. What's the left-hander's name? He won the IBF strap. but then he lost it to Kell Brook. I'm trying to think of the man's name for the sake of this video. Out of St. Louis. God, I'm drawing a blank on his name. But anyways, he beat him in New York, I believe, and or somewhere. But yeah, I think that he could have done that. But anyways, man, Mr. Muhammad, you still there? He on the phone taking care of something. So but yeah, man, he hung up. So anyways, man, that's it for today. Y'all have a great day. He called me spontaneously, and I was like, man, let me put this on wax. So anyways, man, y'all have a great day. Don't forget, man, you know, I got movies and shit. I know y'all need to go get these movies. Y'all need to see them? Y'all want to see them?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early morning.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
Eggs, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing his ground.
You guys go to silentheroFilms.com, man. Silent Hero Films. We gone. Peace.